Hello guys, how you doing? How has the weekend been? This is your girl, the $10 girl, your one and only $10 girl. I'm here today, being Sunday. I want to analyze the markets. It's a new week. It's a new day starting tomorrow for those of us that doesn't trade during the weekend. I would prefer to trade from Monday, but we want to analyze the market. So follow me as we do so. Like you all know, I have few pairs that I trade. I don't trade the whole pair. I have just few pairs I look out for. And this is what I am looking out for this week. As you all know, if you have been following me, you know that I trade. My analysis begins from weekly time frame. And on weekly time frame, what am I looking for? I'm looking out for a break of structure. So I usually use the close and the wick of the candles of the structure close. I usually use the wick, which is this wick here, to do my analysis. But I found out that if you use the body, then it's stronger from the body than from the wick. So that's why now I'm using the body. So I want to get used to using the body. So this is the weekly time frame, and we have our break of structure to the downside, which is saying that on this particular pair, volatility 10 index is trading is on a downtrend from the weekly time frame. But are we going to trade the weekly time frame? No, we'll move to our daily time frame. So this is on our daily time frame. We are doing the same thing, marking out the most recent break of structure, and we are marking the close of the candle. So we have this close here, serving as a point of support for us. So what are we looking out for? We want this point of support to come back to be our point of resistance. So that is what we are looking out for. But we are not trading on the daily time frame. We are just analyzing the market from the weekly, daily, and up to the 4 hours, which is our last higher time frame. So this is what we have here on our weekly time frame. So we have this break of structure here, which we are waiting for the market to move all the way to this point and give us a continuation for the sell. But if it breaks out from this zone here, then we change our bias from a sell to a buy. But for now, this is what we are looking out for. We want this buy to move up until this point. This is our 4 hours time frame. Then we can now look to sell back to our TP. Usually our TP is always at this point where the retracement starts from. So which we are looking to sell back to this point here for our TP. So that is what we have for this week on V10. So for now, we are not doing anything. But if you want to move to a lower time frame, that's why I have this. We have another break of structure here, but our zigzag do not indicate it for us. So that's why I have it here. And then you move to your 1 hour to see what is happening. You see that here we had a break of structure at this zone before, and the market came back, retested, and moved very strongly. So now we are looking at this point. If this area of support is going to turn to area of resistance, so we'll move to our 15 minutes for entry. Now you see we had a breakout from here and a retest back, but we want a proper retest because we are 4 hours trader. So we saw this close. Now we are waiting for a proper retest. So that is why we're on 15 minutes. We hope that this will come back here, but I don't trade against the trend. I do not trade against the trend. I'm just trying to look out to see what will happen. But I don't trade against the trend. That's why I have more pair to trade with. So this is it. But I don't trade against the pair, like I say, and I don't encourage it. So what I'm looking out for is on my 4 hours. I'm waiting for the buy to continue to this position. Then we can sell quickly to another level. So that's what we have on the volatility 10. Now I move to my volatility 75S. What am I doing? I'm doing the same thing. Here I have my break of structure here. Here I have my weekly time frame break of structure, which I have marked out here. My weekly time frame break of structure, like you all know, I mark the close and no longer the week. So I want to work with the close and not the week. Then I move to my daily time frame. And on my daily time frame, the market is an uptrend, so we move with the trend of the market. This is the last break of structure, a proper break of structure that we have here. This is the last proper break of structure that we have here. So we have this place marked out as our break of structure, as you can see. On this point, it's just a break, is a weak close, more like a sweep. So that's why we have this. That's why we have this as our recent break of structure on daily time frame. Now move to our 1 hour. On our 1 hour, we have here as our most recent break of structure here on our 4 hours, but our zigzag did not indicate it as our most recent break of structure, so we let it go. If you see it, you see that the area did not hold well. So that's why we do not have this area marked out. So we are working with the daily. So what are we expecting? We are expecting either the market to come back here and give us a proper retest, a proper it had a breakout on our daily time frame. So we are waiting for a proper retest to sell, to buy to this our weekly zone here. A proper retest so that we can buy to this our weekly zone here. As you can see it, this line here, this upper line here is from our weekly time frame. Why this is from our daily time frame? So this is what we are looking out for. We're waiting for the market to come back to our zone and give us a proper entry so that we can take the buy to the resistance level at the weekly time frame. So that is what we have here on our V75S. So if you notice, I've not been doing anything. I'm just waiting for the market to play out very well. So that's just it. I don't rush the trade. I wait for the trade to come back to meet me. Then on V25, the volatility 25 is the same thing that I'm doing. Now I have the most recent break of structure here. This is the close here. The most recent break of structure is here on weekly time frame. So what happened? We moved to our daily time frame. On our daily time frame, we have our most recent break of structure on daily time frame, which is on this zone, and this is where the market is heading towards. The market is actually rejecting the wick here. The market is, if I mark it from the wick to the body, you see that the market is actually rejecting from the wick. But along the line, I'll find out that most time, if the market rejects from the wick, it's not always as strong as when the market rejects from the body. So that is why I have this taken out. So I prefer to wait for the market to retrace back from the body. So then I move to my 4 hours time frame. And on my 4 hours time frame, I have this resistance area that has turned to a support area. This is the most recent break of structure on my 4 hour time frame. But just because it's close to my weekly time frame, my daily time frame, so I just let it go. I just let it be like that and just leave, because anything that will affect my weekly line will also affect my 4 hours line. So it's almost the same thing. That's why you see me, I don't have any line on this my 4 hours. So what am I waiting for? Whatever the market is doing, is either the market sell down here and then we continue the buy. Either the market sell down and then we continue the buy. So you see, but if the market is able to break past this zone, we are actually waiting for this market to break past this zone so that it can give us a proper, even though we have seen a double top here on our rejection candle. We have seen a double top here, but there is a way we can take this sell, even if the sell did not get to the body. There's a way we can take this sell here. So we'll just move to a lower time frame. Let's check our 1 hour. Now this is our 1 hour. This is where we have our zone. So this is where we have our zone. But this market did not get to our zone. So that is why you see that we are not in this buy now. In this sell rather. That's why we are not in this sell. It already is rejecting from the wick. If we have marked it from the wick to the body, it's rejecting from the wick. But is this a strong wick? We will know. So how do we know? We have our line here, our zone mark out here. So if you can get a proper breakout from this zone here, we want to use the close of the body. Let's move to 15 minutes for it. So this is what we are actually looking out for. We want to see a proper breakout from this zone. If you can see a proper breakout from this zone here and then a retest back, like is a breakout and retest strategy, then we can now continue. We can continue with the trend. We can join the trend of the market and continue the sell to our zone. See where we have our zone here, to this point here. So that is what we have on V25. You can watch this video over and over again. It's on my YouTube, it's on my TikTok, and I think it's going to be on my Facebook. So you can watch it over and over until you understand. And just exercise patience. This is 4 hours time frame, this is daily time frame, and this is weekly time frame. It's going to be strong. So you can use the same strategy on any pair that you choose to trade. So for now, all eyes is on this V25. Let's see if it's going to continue, if it's going to break out from this zone and retest back, or it's going to move on and give us a proper rejection from this our weekly resistance area. So that's what we are looking out for on V25. Then let's move on. I think this is the last one, V100S. On V100S, this is what I have from my weekly time frame. As usual, we are going to analyze the market. So on my weekly time frame, I don't have any recent break of structure, so I don't spend much time here. Then I move to my 1 hour time frame. Then on my one hour time frame, what am I looking out for? I'm looking out for the most recent break of structure, which is this year. I have this year as my most recent break of structure, and I also have this year as my recent break of structure. But this was the last break of structure. This was the last break of structure, but it didn't take out this high. So this other one here is not as strong as this one. You understand what I'm trying to say? This is a break of structure here, and this is another break of structure here. But this break of structure here, we expected that this is a break. I wanted this to take this out, or sweep it before we can continue confirm that okay, this is another break of structure. But for now, it has not taken it out. So that means we still need a proper retest to the body. Although we are reacting to the week, as you can see, we reacted to this week here that drove us here. So we want a proper retest to the close of the body. So this is what we are looking out for. Now we want this market to sell down to this point so that we can take out this high that is here. So if we have a proper entry, then this is going to be our buy, our selling area. So if we are told we are to sell, we are supposed to sell from this upper part. So for now, we are looking for a sell down to this point and a buy back. So we'll move to 4 hours. You see what I'm saying? So now on 4 hours, the market has been ranging. So giving us this as our most recent 4 hours break of structure. This is our most recent 4 hours break of structure. So like I was saying, guys, this is the most recent break of structure on our 4 hours time frame. So we mark this recent break of structure. That's why we have it here. And what happened? We expected the market to break out and come back to retest it, but the market has been playing on our zone, has been giving us a buy and a sell signal. So at this point, I think we move to a lower time frame to see what the market is doing. So let's move to a lower time frame. Let's move to 15 minutes. Now on 15 minutes, we can see that the market has been moving up and down. So we want to see this zone here taking out. So if this market can take out this zone here, then what are we expecting? We are expecting something like this. We want to see a come down here and then a retest back. A retest back to the zone, something like this, and then maybe we can now sell to the daily time frame zone. So maybe we can now sell to this zone here. Maybe we can now have a sell down to this zone. So we are still, all eyes is on it. We keep our eyes watching it. So let's see how the market is going to play out in the whole of this week. So but this is what we have, and this is it. Guys, watch the video and over again. Don't forget to like. Please share for others to learn too. So thank you all, and God bless.